This is why these Sony Memory Stick Pro Duos are more expensive than the one I have inside of my Sony PSP. And you're going to be seeing that if you want to use this Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo, that it is 256 megabytes and not gigabytes, because some of these are expensive to produce, so that's why you only see some of them that are up to like 4 gigabytes. If you see any other storage that has like Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo that has a 16 gigabyte of storage, then that one is a fake one, because Sony only made like 4 gigabytes right here of the Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo. They only made up to 4 gigabytes of storage. But if you see any other brand that has like 16 gigabytes, then that's going to be more expensive to use in your PSP or whatever camera you are using. Now, right here you see that if you want to use the Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo, then you're going to need to use this adapter. But if you try to insert it inside of your computer using the SD card slot, then it's not going to be fitting, because it's only meant to use the SD card like these ones right here. And right here what you're going to be seeing, that if you want to use this adapter, or if you want to use your Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo, then you need to find a USB adapter that will work to connect your memory stick to your computer. Or what you can do, if you have a Sony PSP, what you can do is you can connect it or insert your Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo inside of your PSP, and then if you have the mini USB cable right here, you can insert it into your PSP and then into your computer, so you can view the files from your memory stick onto your computer using your PSP. Then right here, as I said before, you're going to be seeing that this is 256 megabytes, because if you find one that has 16 gigabytes or more, then that one is going to be costing more expensive or more money, because right here you see that it is 256 gigabytes, and Sony only made one that goes up to like 4 gigabytes or 8 gigabytes. But the more storage you find, the more expensive these Memory Stick Pro Duos are going to be. Now, now right here, now right here on my Sony PSP, you're going to be seeing that it says Memory Stick Duo. So what you need to do is you need to open up right here. This says Memory Stick Duo. So you need to open it up right here on your PSP. And then what you're going to be seeing is you're going to be seeing that I am using this different adapter right here. You see, this is a different adapter for my Sony PSP memory stick right here. And you see that I have this SD card right here. This is an SD card that I have inside of this adapter right here. And then you're going to be seeing that when I take out this micro SD card from the adapter, that you're going to be seeing the storage that I have inside of this micro SD card for this Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo adapter to SD card. You're going to be seeing that I have 64 gigabytes right here. This is 64 gigabytes of storage, but you can put up to 128 gigabytes in your PSP for storage that it will accept. And you see that this is 64 gigabytes, and this one right here is 256 megabytes. But this one, as you see, is going to be more sturdy than the adapter that you use for your micro SD card. You see that this adapter is cheap, but it's made to use your SD card right here, so that you're able to expand the storage to 128 gigabytes of storage using this adapter for your PSP. But if you try to use this SD card, it's not going to be working to use this SD card inside of your PSP. You need to use any micro SD card you want that has up to 128 gigabytes. And you see that this adapter, you see that it is cheaply made, because even if you take care of it or don't take it out of your PSP, it's still going to be getting broken inside of your PSP, even if you take good care of it, because you see that the plastic is broken right here. You see right here that the plastic is broken on the memory stick right here for the Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo, that this one that houses the SD card is broken right here. You see that when I try to lift it up, you're going to be seeing that it is broken right here. You see? You see that the whole case is broken right here. You see for the SD card, and this is what it looks like inside of this, inside of the SD card right here. You see that this is what it looks like when you insert your memory stick right here. You see that I put in the memory stick right here, and then it's going to be reading it like this right here. You see? And that's how it reads it inside of your Sony PSP for your SD card right here on your memory stick Duo. And then right here, let me close it up like this. And that is why these are made cheaply, because the plastic is broken. Even if you take care of it inside of your PSP or don't even take it out, it's still going to be getting broken every once in a while. So that's why I recommend that you buy more than one, so that you'll have it in case it breaks right here. So now I'm going to be inserting it into the PSP right here. I'm going to be inserting this into the PSP. And now what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be testing it inside of the PSP right here. You see? And now we're going to be turning it on. Now you're going to be seeing right here that this is 48 gigabytes of free space out of the 64 gigabytes that I've used. My PSP right here is modded, so that means that I am able to use my PSP or play my games without having the need to have the UMD inserted inside of my PSP. And now what you're going to be seeing is you're going to be seeing right here that as I said before, that this is 48 gigabytes free out of the 64 gigabytes that we have used before. And that's why I recommend that you use the micro SD card to Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo adapter, so that it can give you more storage than 256 gigabytes of storage in your PSP. So now we're going to be using the other memory stick to show you that it works right here. You see? Now you see that it says save data utilities, and I cannot press on it. So now we're going to be inserting this one right here into the PSP. And now you see that this is 214 megabytes right here, 214 megabytes, and then it says there is no games because I have not used this for games on my PSP. Now what I'm going to be showing you is I'm going to be showing you this other option that you can use with your Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo adapter. So let me take it out of my PSP. Now, this is also compatible with your PSP, as I said before, or you can insert it into your camera like this. You can insert it into the camera right here. So let me open it up right here, and then you're going to be seeing that I have this SD card inserted because this camera from Sony also accepts SD cards like this. You see that it accepts SD cards? And right here, you're going to be seeing that there is also a slot in this camera for my Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo that accepts 256 gigabytes. So let me insert it like this. And then I'm going to be turning it on, and then you see that the memory stick works inside of my inside of my camera right here. This memory card also works inside of my Sony CyberShot camera right here. You see, let me turn it on. And then what you're going to be seeing is you're going to be seeing that it's going to be reading right here. You see? So now if I want to go to storage, what I need to do is I need to go to menu. Now what you're going to be seeing is you're going to be seeing that you have this error right here. This error is going to be allowing you to take photos. Don't worry about this error code because you're still going to be able to take photos with your memory card on your camera. So now right here you see that it says 100 photos can be taken, and here it says 32. So that's the amount of time that you have before you're out of the storage on your memory card. But this is 100 photos that you can take with your memory card for the Sony camera. Now right here you're going to be seeing that I'm going to be taking a photo. And then I'm going to be taking another photo to show you this. And then right here you're going to be seeing that it's going to be saying right here, you see it says 31. And that means that you'll have 31 times to take a bunch of photos on your Sony camera. And now, as I said before, that this camera also accepts SD card right here. You can do SD card, so you can do this Sony memory stick to SD card adapter will work in this camera as well. Then right here, what you're going to be seeing that when I open it, that your SD card will also fit right here. Your SD card, like this one, will also fit inside of your Sony camera. So let me put it back into the Sony camera right here, you see? You see that I am trying to insert it, but it does not go in the way that the Sony memory card goes in like this. You see the Sony memory card goes in perfectly like this. The Sony memory card goes in like that, but I had to flip it like this for it to work like this, you see? I have to flip it the other way for the memory stick to work. If I try to insert it the other way, then it will not fit into my Sony camera. If I try to insert it the other way, it's not going to be reading or inserting my SD card inside of my Sony camera. But like this one, you see that if I try to flip it like this, it's not going to be working right here. You see it's not working? But on the Sony memory card, like this one, the Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo, if I try to flip it the other way, it's not going to be working, you see? It's not working. Then, if I try to flip it, then it's going to be working right here, you see, for the Sony camera. You see, now the SD card works right here. For the Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo, works correctly right here. So, there is two orientations for the memory stick you are using. If you are using an SD card, then you have to flip it the other way to where you see the logo and all the printed goes to the front, where you see all the buttons go to the front like this. Then, if you are using this Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo, then all the information, like this one, is going to be going to the front, where you see the lens to the camera is going to be going like this, and where you have the text like this one is going to be facing the back of your camera like this right here, you see? You see? Now, everything works out perfectly fine for your camera. So both the SD card and the Sony memory card will fit inside of your Sony camera. It's just that it will not fit together if you try to use it together with your Sony memory stick, and your SD card will not fit together to have dual shot on your camera. Now, the other way you can use your Sony memory stick like this is, let me show you right now. Is right now you can use this camera right here. This camera uses these discs right here. It uses these discs right here, and you can use it right here because there's a slot right here on this video camera to insert your SD card inside of it right here for the Sony memory card. And you see the Sony memory card fits in this camera right here from the 90s, inserted right here. It works perfectly fine, inserted into the 90s camera right here for your Sony memory stick right here. And right here, if I try to insert an SD card, it's not going to be working right here. You see, the SD card does not work inside of my camera right here. You see, the SD card does not work right here. You see? And that's why I recommend that if you can to use a Sony memory stick like this one, or you can use one that has an SD card will work. This adapter right here, the one that has the SD card, is going to be working in any camera that has support for the Sony memory stick. And you're also going to be seeing that if I head over to eBay, you're going to be seeing that these memory cards, like these ones, the Sony Memory Stick Pro Duos, are expensive right here. You see, these ones, if I try to find one right here, let me turn up the brightness. If I try to find one right here, you're going to be seeing that one that's 8 gigabytes is $16.95, and then right here you see 2 gigabytes, $9.95, and then right here you see that there is one that has 16 gigabytes, which out of the SD card, which it is one like this one that you can insert SD cards into, which is $9. So you see, for 4 gigabytes of storage, which is a Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo Mark II, which that one is an official genuine 4 gigabytes, and that one's 1185 right here, 1185. And that one right here, you're gonna be seeing that right here. You see, 16 gigabyte Sony Memory Stick Mark II is 1698 right here. Then if you try to see 1 gigabyte, it is for 1 gigabyte, it is 795 right here. You see, for 1 gigabyte, 795. And then right here, you're going to be seeing that another one for 4 gigabytes is 1079. And then right here, you see, for one that's 32 gigabytes Mark II is $26.98 right here. You see, and then right here, you're going to be seeing the SanDisk is 8 gigabytes right here. 8 gigabytes is $12.95. And then right here, you see, now, these are what the prices look like right here. And for one that's 8 gigabyte from Lexar, it is $9.95. And then right here you see one that's in the packaging right here. This one that's in the packaging. The original packaging is 8 gigabytes. And you're going to be seeing that it is an original Sony one right here. You see that this one's an original Sony memory stick right here. You see? An original Sony memory stick. And that one is Sony memory stick, which is 8 gigabytes, and this one you're going to be seeing that it is $23.99. That's why these Sony memory cards are expensive. And the SD card right here, you see that it is a little bit more cheaper right here. You see, for this one right here, it's going to be like $2.89 for one that will house your SD card right here. You see, this is the one for the SD card right here. And then you're going to be seeing that it is $2.84. And then this one right here, you're going to be seeing is $2.83. And then this one right here, you're going to be seeing that they were cheaper here. You see, this one is $264, which can house 2 SD cards. So $264 to have 128 gigabytes. And you see that the price is cheaper for one that has the SD card right here with the Memory Stick Pro Duo 2 SD card. So please like, comment, and follow me, and subscribe for more videos like these ones on how you can see which one is cheaper or why the SD card to Sony memory card is more cheaper than the Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo 256 gigabytes. So please like, comment, and follow me, and subscribe for more videos like these ones to see which memory card is cheaper, or if the Sony Memory Stick Pro Duo is more expensive.